I've been thinking about delusional thinking. My delusional thinking in particular. I was noticing how that's some memory loss stuff. It's from cannabis right now. Clinging on to the Okay, I'm back. I just had a deep conversation with Nate about stuff he's figuring out internally. He's getting close to the part that causes him to stress eat. I'm not stress eating right now. Actually, I'm not sure about that. I am under the influence of cannabis. So, I don't know if the munchies is related purely to the chemical or if it's related to stress that is induced with cannabis. I often feel like I need to try really hard to make sense to other people, to explain myself. Not myself, my personality. Because the self, there's nothing to explain about the self. The self as in the I am. Not any of my personalities or tendencies or behaviors or decisions or thoughts or feelings. Just the witnessing element. That's as far as I can see. I mean, I can't see myself, so. Who is this witnesser? Can it witness itself? It's like a hall of mirrors. And there's nobody there to be in it. I think I was talking about something related to this before. And it came up in conversation with Nate just now. What's it like to talk to you? Hello. Wow, there's this pain of being seen as aging. some of the thoughts were about people seeing me on Facebook. When I started posting, I thought and felt I was really beautiful, and I received that feedback too. And now I think and feel less physically beautiful. I guess that's from judging myself. From having judged myself beautiful at one time to having judged myself less beautiful. Right? If you judge something, you can bring about its opposite. If I judge something as good now, that means at a later point I could notice that it's no longer good. That can be a big risk if I identify with it too much. Like a friendship, for instance. Let's say I have a best friend. I do have a best friend. I love this person so much. Oh my goodness. I have never done so much work. Really getting to know a person and building trust. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. That judgment. Judging it is so beautiful. I think it's what creates an attachment. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll dig into that a little later. But it feels like they're linked somehow. Judgment and attachment. That perhaps anything you judge, good or bad, or can have its opposite. And if you, maybe it can only have its opposite if you cling to it, if you attach to it, or if you follow up with it, or if you perceive it, right? If you put your attention on it. If I judge my face as good, if I did 20 years ago, and I would look at it all the time and I'd just be mesmerized by how beautiful my face looked. I would sometimes be in awe at how pretty I was. How pretty I felt I was. I know that everybody perceives beauty differently. And even in that beauty, I still saw a lot of flaws. They're not flaws. Things that I judged as not beautiful, that I wish I could change. There was a lot of that. That really did chain me up, because I started masking as much as I could in front of other people to not show those things that I judged as negative. A lot of the judgment came unconsciously. Maybe all consciousness, maybe all judgment comes unconsciously. Feels like that. I was just thinking about feeling thoughts. Many times when therapists have been listening to me talk, they would ask me how I felt, and I would tell them what I thought, and they would tell me that thoughts are not feelings. But right now I'm noticing myself feel my thoughts. That's how I can translate what they say. If I didn't sense them, if my consciousness couldn't perceive them, whether with, proverbial hands or eyes or whatever, that input into the spirit eyes or the spirit hands, there's an end to that sentence. I wonder if attention-seeking behavior stems from not paying the right kind of attention you need to yourself, not giving yourself attention. Though on the surface it seems like it comes from giving yourself too much attention. Maybe it's the wrong kind of attention. Like an energy that got stuck. Not in the main line, but in a little offshoot. And it's just jin, 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 jin. But that attention doesn't satisfy and the system's still hungry. So it keeps trying to send it there, but maybe it needs to redirect the attention somewhere else, not into thinking that you are the things that are good about your human personality. There was more to that, but I felt it come and go like a breeze. It's not there now. It's not there now, but when it was, thinking of different levels of now. Attention to this realm is like that energy pushing up against the wrong channel. attention onto all these earthly things. Where if we can pull our attention back into ourselves, we can continue our journey upward, right? Whatever direction. But I'm just drawing parallels to a Kundalini awakening. I felt some shame, a twinge of shame, come up as I was noticing that I was talking to the camera, and my inner thoughts about how I put on a mask when I think I'm being watched, or when there is the fear that I might be watched. I used to mask, and I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, in every single social situation. I was so aware that I was being seen that I contorted and tightened and restrained and second thought, and I was always in my head, and I would miss what the person talking to me was even saying because I was thinking about myself. I was telling myself to pay attention, pretend you're paying attention, like look at them in their eyes, nod your head so that they don't realize that you're not actually paying attention, and hold your face up so that your double chin doesn't come out. That's a newer one, but when I was younger and didn't have it, I didn't like my profile, so make sure that you're facing your good side and all those things. What about masking? I would do it all the time. Putting on a mask. So that I could avoid actually being present. Because I was afraid that being myself would not be good enough to be accepted by people. But now I'm seeing a lot of things about that. I don't know about a lot, at least two. There was just an urge to check on my phone. Oh. that's an addiction. Stemming from a pain. It hurts, and then I want to pacify that pain. I don't want to let it cry at all. It's like literally like sticking a pacifier in a baby's mouth. And that's okay for a time. Maybe it's okay for a long time. I mean, who cares? If when you're sad, you put in a pacifier, as long as that pacifier is not causing unwanted effects, but it is, right? It catches me and it takes my time away, and it doesn't pay out what I want it to. It doesn't give me the return on investment that is up to my standard. Why would I be making this bad investment? Because it's the now and you're borrowing from tomorrow. Ooh. And because I don't know what a good return on my investment would be right now. I can think of a good return on an investment for tomorrow, but what about right now? I want something where the ROI is good now and good tomorrow and good for yesterday too. I wonder if thinking is just another trap, just another thing that I'm addicted to. Is looking at nature another trap? Because it wastes your time? Well, that depends. There's no wasting if there isn't a target. A desired outcome. There's no wasting. But if it feels like wasting, it's because you're not moving toward your target. You're not using your now moment. But if the target is just being, maybe that's the target for my I am presence. But ego has a target also, and it is very specific. It does not want to feel uncomfortable at all. It has a phobia. It feels fear. Fears it so much that it's afraid to be in the present moment, because it is judging the present moment as not perfect. It is creating the thing it fears. Could I convince myself to fear joy, love, peace, and happiness? Yes, I can. I have. I do. And then I realized that it also has manifested. But then I don't even notice it because I feel like it's boring once it's here, once it's manifested. Then there's nothing to do but look at it. I guess because I haven't connected to the feelings yet. I've still been in the feeling of wanting to connect and not actually connecting with joy. What does it feel like to connect with joy, even to be one with joy? I mean, I have this big smile on my face, but I'm judging it as not joyful enough. It doesn't meet the threshold of what I think joy can feel like, what I think joy does feel like. I tell myself and other people that I am really happy. Sometimes when I'm just pretending to be, I'm using the thought I'm really happy to cling to, even though I'm not actually feeling happy. I'm lying to myself. And I tell my husband and daughter sometimes, and I can just see, like, if somebody was telling me that they're really happy, I'd be like, okay, you don't have to announce that. Like, okay, who cares? I wasn't here to make you happy. Let's just let me be in my moment. But I feel like I have to let them know that I appreciate them. Like, that's how I say thank you for a lovely time. Even if it just felt blah, but I still appreciated it because we spent time together going on a walk in the sunshine on a beautiful day, as a family, you know. So even if I didn't connect to the feeling of it, I still wanted to let them know that I have judged that time together as good. But then that can cause stumbling if another time we have together is not as good, right, or bad. When I see that something is good, the opposite potentially could happen, right? I'm opening up the possibility for the risk. If it's good that I'm married to a wonderful man on whom I rely, then it would be the worst thing I can think of to have that taken away from me. Is judging something as good? Judging it as temporary? As in relation to me? Well, then its presence is good and its absence is bad. Where before it came in, when it was absent, well, I guess you could have still thought about it. That its absence was bad and you were hoping for its presence, right? And that's the flip side of that. So, thinking about judging with manifestation, what happens when the thing we're trying to manifest, we've judged it as that state is good, and I want to get there, and I'm imagining that I am in that state. This thing was almost full when I started. I was talking to the imaginary people in my head watching this later on a YouTube video. I didn't judge it as good or bad. But I did notice the discomfort of the masking. Just being conscious of being seen, even though that's not what's happening. I'm just imagining being seen. It's interesting looking at myself. I am judging myself as not beautiful, awkward looking. My neck. My face, how it hangs down by the jowls over here. Double chin. And belly. And bilateral mastectomy and implants. There's something to lose by letting other people see this. People might say, oh, she makes me feel awkward. She's not behaving the way I'm used to people behaving in public. Or the way I feel comfortable with it. I don't understand her. Her little tics are gross or triggering. Or I'm judging her as lacking in this area, or overdoing it in this area, or being something that I don't like. Or I'm not on the same wavelength as her, so I don't know what to make of it, you know? And I have felt rejected many times. And accepted for who I'm being without masking very, very, very few times. Mostly because I've very rarely unmasked. Early in a relationship. I wonder what these face tics are about. My mother used to do them also. I think I actually do them more. Right now, it's because I have food stuck in my teeth. But my mom would have to go whenever she was spoon feeding me. Like she was eating from her own spoon. I don't know. I asked her about it once, and she wasn't able to stop doing it, even though I asked her to stop. For Maya, it's my breathing. I think I expressed myself with the breath unconsciously around her, and then she starts associating my heavier breathing with my displeasure, I guess, or stress, like a stress response. Okay, I'm feeling a little bored. That little trigger of, why don't you pick up the phone and receive, some dopamine by checking to see if anything special has happened on your phone since the last time you checked. I'm not expecting anything. Not in the way where someone has told me something is coming, right? But it's kind of like a lottery. Like, it could be Elon Musk reaching out because he wants to give me millions of dollars just because he can. There's so many opportunities online, and I want to find one, I'm also wondering about posting this to my YouTube account to see what kind of feedback it might get. Not to know what people think about me, because I don't want to know what people think about me. Unless it's good, then that feels nice. But it feels kind and gentle, and definitely my ego needs mending in that area. But just to see if this resonates with anybody. This meaning just who I'm presenting as right now. That'd be really cool. What does my energy right now attract? And as long as I can not attach to what my energy repels, if I could just let that go, then what's left is just what has been attracted. In this case, who has been attracted. And there's no greater worth than us, than the awarenesses experiencing our human experience. So, if there are other awarenesses out there that sees my awareness, hi. Wow. Love you guys.